Hi, hello everyone, and welcome back once again to Monday Grab Bag. Today, thanks to a graciously provided key by Droquin, we are going to be playing their latest called The End of Gameplay. I know nothing about this game apart from I followed Droquin on Blue Sky, so I've seen some of their more recent games and also their thoughts on kill gameplay. This game itself is, according to the store page description here, Droquin's desperate attempt to explain or explore or understand the true meaning of kill gameplay. And we've actually highlighted on a previous Monday grab bag, just for a little bit, because it was a very short game, one of Droquin's other works called What Is That Outside? A game in which you are standing outside photo environments.
And I don't want to let go.
Thank you, Drogon, for following.
Thank you. We have Dev in the chat. Sorry I have it set to 10 minutes delay of before you're allowed to chat. I'm not perfectly sure how to change that for now, but hey, you'll be able to talk in 10 minutes. Yes, so I've played that, and I've also played Yerke's Paradise, I believe that's the name of it. YRRKY, something like that. And then, as well as many of the short temporary games, Droquiver. And Starseed Pokemon. Okay, the point is I've played a lot of these games. Droquin's made a whole bunch of stuff, and I'm excited to see what this is. I have been advised that I should have the game running at widescreen, so I'll be using that format, but this is my first time starting it. And then I've also been advised that I should make sure that the stream is running for the very first time I start up, because something happens the very first time and never again. A little tutorial thing or something. So we're setting this up live. Alrighty. Okay. Audio adjusted a bit. And then new capture, specific window, end of gameplay. Alrighty. All good now, should be. And just confirm that y'all can see the game correctly. Alright. Move with the arrow keys, press jump to jump, which is actually up, and hold jump to go higher. On each screen, read all the text, making sure you understand it, then find the exit to the next level. This is how to play. Jump, read, and explore the world until you win. Oh, I was having trouble parsing what that pixel art was, but I think the rabbit is grabbing onto both walls and, like, sticking. Sort of like clambering. Bunnies. We were all bunnies born in a world of coins and walls, the game we never chose to play. Some fools still tell tales of a world past the horizon. Bunny worlds without coins and utopias without walls. With modern bunny technology, you can see them from here, in the mirror that lets bunnies see other worlds, and even in those worlds, they do in fact have coins. They do in fact have walls. The voices say, do not hope for impossible things. Even backstage, you can collect coins. Already getting out of bounds, I would expect no less. Hang on, now that I see how the game is kind of structured, I'm gonna adjust things a little bit further on my end here, which is gonna mess with the stream view port, so 1 second. There, that'll do. There, now it's windowed full screen on my side. Longing. Right, I can multi-jump. Ooblet. Oh my god, I looked at my stream preview right as the screen faded out, and so I thought I was streaming nothing for a second. Hold escape to leave when you are trapped. The tower. Funny game. 1. At the top of the tower, it is said that there is a creature who can grant a single wish to the very devoted climber who ascended. Oh. After doing my first jump, I can roll up walls. It is also said that there is nothing at the top. Three. Four. When they built the tower, it was not an act of ego, but of love. Hands extended to the heavens, to the sky above, its architects of one mind, that the tower must stand. 5. And yet, time does what time does, and in time, all the doors of the tower became locked. 6. 7. 8. The tower. Summer. Imagine escaping a summer day. A summer's day. Alright, screen wrap for this area. Imagine escaping a summer's day by killing the sun. Please give a warm welcome to Droquin, who is now in the chat. Thank you again for the key, my friend. Swamp. This character can only double jump after doing a wall jump, and the wall jumps force you to travel away. Taking a minute to learn the limitations of my movement. The water surface unseen under a layer of green growth duckweed. Bridges overhead for the people. Stupid to be down here. Why did I jump into this water? It was dry up there. I was meant to be up there, not down here in the swamp. The swamp was not made for me. A way out. But still, I dripped forever wet with swamp green. But still, I dripped forever wet with swamp green, swamp wet. Wet with knowing. The Tower 10. Reading while moving. 10. Enough that rose to the heavens their terrible flames, hot with anger. Feels like it's in the middle of... Enough that no steam could find its way through the tower's cracks, those failures of its ambition, nightmare dreams that filled its own architects with contempt. Contempt, the great eroding force, wearing away at a tower, its foundations withering beneath the surface. Contempt, the killer. Contempt, whose dying coals kill by smothering and not by fire. Their contempt for each other, and their killing contempt for their tower. Okay, I think I can do this. Ah. Yeah! 12. $13. Enough to liberate worlds fallen to get dear it foot. Ah. Who could want more than such a field, whose untamed greens and yellows blossom in springtime to die when their time comes? Who could ask for more than the beauty of chaos? Still, fear, the inevitable. Regular trees become regular trees. Who could want regular trees? Not a show slime. I'm trying to deliver as it's intended. That means beat up the words a bit, then that's what I'll do. Regular trees fertilized with ego become parks, gardens, zoos, nature redesigned, nature built as if from scratch, nature destroyed. Who could want gameplay? Oh hell yeah, we're gaining score, baby. I found a strategy for infinite points. We met at the summit. It was night and the summit was more like a small, unimpressive hill. But to us, what it meant was immense. Something as mundane as lights, neither of us... Something as mundane as lights, neither of us saying goodbye. You following me, following you, following me, following you. Longing. Aw, I didn't notice that. Cute. I can low. Almost got me with that. Our long night glittered with fireflies. Making sense of the world. I can't help myself. Ah. Sometimes things are just so... Okay. Sometimes things are so twisted around for no reason. making sense of the world. Ah. This is new. Ooh. Still making sense of the world. In times of crisis, sometimes the bunny has no choice. The world makes no sense, but the bunny keeps on making sense out of nothing. 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 Sometimes things are so twisted around for no reason. Long times. Hang on, was that actually a dead end? Yeah. Well, I know I'm making progress because things are still changing. It's just intentionally designed to look like nothing is. Let's see. Okay. So yeah, that was me genuinely going backwards because that's still actually a sealed off wall. I'm gonna run on the assumption that I don't double back as much. Sometimes things are so twisted around for no reason. Okay, I think I've genuinely gone back a bit. Sometimes things are so twisted around for no reason. It was worth a try. Okay, so now that wall is sealed off. Ah! It's full. Still making sense of the world. 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 Still. In times of crisis, sometimes the bunny has no choice. The world makes no sense, but the bunny keeps on making sense out of nothing. Nothing. Still. Sometimes things are so twisted around for no reason. Still. 20. Thinking their tower could not be saved, the architects each sought at least to save the other from that corrupting... 21. 23. Nature spoke for itself in the absence of those architects. Only adventurous bunnies knew the tower tops this high up. Animals climbing to escape the beautiful ground. 24. Stones overgrown with green, 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 green. Great doors left wide open facing the sunrise. Sunbeams stream in, illuminating particles unseen. For years, decades, centuries. Stones piled on stones, piled on stones, piled on stones. Crawling vines, mindless mosses, gaps and cracks in between rocks in the tower face. "26. Until even the loving touch of greenery resigned and allowed the stone to be stone. 27. A place only for bunnies. Only for those determined enough to continue climbing. 28. Each room built only for bunnies. 29. The tower only for bunnies. 30. Tower. Okay. I noticed that it advanced me on the list, so I wanted to do a second check. Gameplay forever. Ooh. Damn, this is like probability 0 except going backwards. Probability 1? Probability 1.0. Probability 100%. There we go. Yeah, I've played that one, but I was never particularly good at it. I always eventually you reach a boss, and out of the different bosses that existed, there's, I think, one that I was able to defeat consistently. Damn brutal pattern. And yeah, the messaging here isn't lost on me. I'm just having fun. I'll stick around for maybe 200 points. Oh, but there's a couple more fruit over there. I know. You made a cute little arcade game here. But the fact that it's very obviously randomly generated and let's see. Or at least I'm assuming so. I never know with yes whether I'm being tricked in some way. It can be fun to do a little bit of scooting around. No high score saving. I also play this one for longer than a lot of people do, says Droken. Machine Lover. One could argue that Machine Lover is just me. Let's see. Shoutouts to Unicids, by the way. Once again, as I frequently do say, if it wasn't for Unicids and connections that she provided me, I would not be VTubing today. And it is her connection to the artist Mimi that I have this PNG rig in the first place. It leaves saying goodbyes. You know it does not understand. You're kind, but it gives you the best, and humanity. It leaves saying goodbyes. You know it does not understand. You're kind, but it gives you the best it can, humanity, and you can receive. It arrives saying, hey, hi, hello. Hello, Machine Lover. Oh. Okay, I think I... has my color scheme. Hee. It shows you the house that you say you want, selected by an ancient process of death. Just the machines you cannot love have died. This last machine is what remains, born knowing only your adoration. To love is to know love. The machine is a mirror. You know, of course, but your love is real. But no one needs the machine to love. No one needs the machine. 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 Deeper into the chamber of its love. Its guts warm and comfortable. Too tight. But you don't mind. Its interior too tight for anything alive. Screen wrap exploits by design. Although, oh. Okay. Okay, so let's see here. We need to abuse screen wrap in some way, assuming there is a solution, of which there's no guarantee here. We could just be trapped here. But I can return outward, at the very least. So while I'm up here, I can descend down to get stuck down there again. Is there any other interactions I can do? Get stuck in that little spot. Quick warp up there. Yeah. I think that's a genuine dead end. But how... Okay, so... Oh, okay. Machine lever. Blood. Whoa. Blood, 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 blood. Every time I pick up one of these gems, I feel like the game is asking me, are you doing this because you expect a reward for doing so? Are you doing this just for yourself? Are you doing this out of habit? And I'm not sure what my answer to that is. I guess a bit of multiple of I could see the possibility of there being a reward, but just as equally, I could just as easily see that there is no reward for doing this. The reward is it going doo-doo. It is a thing to do. It's gameplay. I really like how the audio is handled as you scene transition. Longing. Sometimes I wish there was more. More to see, more to love, more to me, more to you. A world more beautiful than the one we have. Longing. Heh. I would love to explore this space, but we don't exist here. Thanks, world. Who can I say thanks to without excluding someone else? I find it too easy to say, I, Droquin, made this. That stupid invented name for me has come to stand for so much, and nothing, too. A series of letters selected by a child. You've paid for this game's existence, as have I, in attention, or time, or blood. In this world, there are people that I do trust. You might, or mightn't, be one. Things change. Thank you, if you know you deserve thanks. That is the best I can do for the moment. Thanks, world. Droquin. A fascinating approach to credits. Yet another game where yours truly, Moo the Slime, is in the credits. Back here again. Try to enjoy yourself when you are trapped. New record. Wall bounce slide. I don't know, I'm a speedrunner at heart. Last Monday grab bag I played Arabelle and Beton Brutal. And so from last week I've still got some leftover movement tech on the mind. So I was just bouncing off the wall, or crouch sliding by bouncing off the wall and seeing how far I could bounce backward by timing it more carefully. Pleasure Seeker. I love the blue-green walls of my life. Adore the sky and ceiling moving in sync. Moon phase, knowable. I love the blue-green walls of my life. Untenable. Seaweed, boundaries. I love the blue-green walls of my life, but as pleasure seeker, I chose to love. Being the glutton, I remember. To push, to shove, to play with the knife. And to cut and dismember. I love the blue-green walls of my life, but as pleasure seeker, I strove. And what artful striving. I love the blue-green walls of my life. I sleep to blue and I walk to blue, green, blue, green, blue, green, blue, green, blue, green, blue, Gameplay. Killing. In times of crisis, killing. Between the color scheme of the red spikes and the purple. I feel like I should be blaming everyone else. How should I kill the bunny with fairness? How should I kill the bunny mercifully? How should I kill the bunny kindly? How should I kill the bunny desirably? How should I kill the bunny so the bunny knows how to do better next time? How should I kill the bunny so the bunny knows it's the bunny's fault? How should I kill the bunny normally? Morally. Sorry. How should I kill that how should I kill the bunny? How? How and never why. The bunny should not stand for this kind of cruel treatment, yet bunnies cut themselves bleeding, 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 blood, blood, blood. I can do this. Almost. Oh. What a cruel world. Cruel World is one of those games that I never actually did play that during the time that it was alive. Alas. It is a game that I watched with curiosity, secondhand, by reading tweets from you and Sylvie. As things continued to escalate and morph, and eventually just fall apart entirely. I do remember that, Kinder World? Yeah, okay. Sylvie's hacked version. I have not actually tried that yet. I should get around to that. There are 1,000 kinds of harm. Why should gameplay be any different? At least this is a Poison Bunny's pick. At least this is a Poison Bunny's pick. Downstream. Beastful world, okay. Yeah. Highlighting Sylvie games is actually one of the things we did very early on in my streaming. Water. It doesn't let up. Water. You're lost in it. Water. 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 The source is above. You could drown in this water. Falling, never breathing. You could drown in this water, falling. Never breathe one more dry breath. Respite yet. What else is there but drowning? Who are you if not underwater? Longing. Why the oobleck? Because I feel bad for the bunny and I hope something had changed. Some part of me is looking at these. Self-analysis kicking in. Some part of me is looking at these as stages, different levels to complete to win. And so I see Ooblet, and I think, I come back here. This is something I can fix eventually. I'll learn something. I'll discover some new tactic. Maybe there's a button that I can press in the future. And without even really bringing those conceptualizations all the way to conscious thought, I'm still realizing that I'm taking mental inventory of the stages I didn't finish. 1 second. I'm trying new buttons and ruining my resolution settings. Discovering that F is full screen despite being undocumented. Because I'm wondering that maybe perhaps it's just the escape key that allows me to escape there. My bunny has escaped the ooblet, because I simply say it has. Downstream. Ah. Contribution. For once I thought that things were so clear. The one I love and would be visited by some bright, unambitious purpose found in and sent from the source. This unfinished sight would remain blissfully unfinished. Ooh. Dream clouds churned, approving. The tower could be constructed out of dreams. Sick jump there. Less so, that one. I will say that this game is making me ask myself why I do the things I am. I feel like vocalizing those does honor to the game, perhaps. Reads it for its intended purpose, for whatever concept of intended exists here. 500 through 510. Oh. 980 through 990. Tiny bunny. Cutie bunny. Sometimes I find myself poking at walls thinking, oh, maybe there's a trick wall here. This has to be a pathway forward. This route is easier to miss, so it must be more important. It must be the route that I'm supposed to go first. 500 through 510. 440 through 450. 380. Through 90 through 380. 20 through 64. I want to explore that one more. Zero through 10 through 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110, 120, 130. Perhaps this is one of the big things that I like in video games. Just exploring. The slight, nearly imperceptible dopamine hit of seeing a new screen. Or seeing the screen fade and knowing that something new is about to arrive. 140, 150, 160, 170, 180, 90, 200, 240, 250, 260, 270. 280. Dream of death. I don't know what I expected. Dream of the mountain. NLMKI, maybe. It was nice when the mountain meant nothing. Meaningless like the sigils in the gray sky. Damn it. But the mountain grew, as mountains do. It filled the horizon. It filled my heart. Do I got little bug wings? Little fella's so cute. From here you could not see the map. Yeah. From here you could not see the mountain. I'm choosing to imagine that as little prosthetic butterfly wings or pixie wings. Thank you for reading in that order. And then here, just looking at this, I see a game of chicken. Each loop I ask myself, is this going to be the one where something changes, or is this truly a loop? Heh. And then I try going up and discover my choice was made for me. Which brings us to a new question. Is this truly a loop? And the alternate option that I'm looking for is to hold escape. Farewell, pixie-winged friend. Wish that I've silently tracked a variable on the screen. Yes, pixie friend again. Sweet freedom. Good. Okay, we've got a hard height limit. Doing anything but landing on our feet will knock us out of commission until we land for a moment on solid ground. At the apex of our jump, we lose control, but once we enter falling glide mode, we can control again. Pixie is back. Yes. Hehe. Ah. Pixie's a good fella. I like him. Strange name, though. Donk. Ah, okay, I get it. Okay. That's the height from a full jump. What if I feather? We can get more efficiency from feathering. Almost looks like a plant stem that we climbed out of. Maybe we really are a pixie. Oh, dream of only flowers. Of course, yes. Might be the first person to notice feathering. Hee hee. I played a lot of video games. And as I mentioned before, I played Beton Brutal recently, so I discovered, I think, 2 strats for that game on its release, and was the first to document them on the Steam thread for shortcuts and speedrun tech. Dream of fire. Of course I'm afraid of burning to death. Dream of withering. You would think that you wouldn't... You would think that wouldn't you want to kill the sun if you could? Life giver. Its glow white bright, and so magnanimous. Your name remembered as the Sun Killer. No understanding on the earth scorched below, all asking the same question. Why? 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 No understanding above either, from God or from the dead sun. Why? No understanding. Snow. The snow is in the air, white spaces between sky. Scrapers and walkers, crossing and bunnies, filling white noise and silence with all their desire. Filling white noise and silence with all their desire for a better world between white walls. I have that same desire, I think, but not in the white snow. Even our movements are more soft here. Bury me in the snow at the peak of crisis and let me stay here for as long as it takes. I will never know. How so many words falling, burying, thinking in the snows like white noises. Quiet. And because I'm streaming this, I guess I'll look at it when I post the VOD. Conversations and ideas visible only for a second. Never to be heard or seen. Unless you go and explicitly find it. Let me stay here buried under the snow. Buried under snow. Or ever. One moment here, please. Okay. Tutorial. Move with the arrow keys. Press jump to jump. Hold jump to go higher. On each screen, read all the text, making sure you understand it. Then find the exit to the next level. Oh yeah, I was primed to... This is how to play. Jump, read, and explore the world until you win. I was explicitly primed to be searching for an exit to each of the stages. I also appreciate receiving the tutorial again much after it's no longer useful. Camp games. Camp games in a picture frame. Snowball? Algal blooms in the lake, but you're too young. Everyone keeps their secrets from you. Iceberg tide rising. Whoa. Someday that tide will come in, but not until we're done playing. Not until we're done playing. I'm looking at those background textures and wondering, are those ladders? And so I test. And find that they're not. We're done playing. Is it time for the tide? The iceberg rises no higher. The end of gameplay. There may come a day when it raises fully formed into your mind, too. A world free of evil. A world free of evil. I always appreciate when a game has movement that is fun. I look like a frog that's spitting bubbles. If I do that. That makes me hop around too. Also, interesting. I don't need to hit the ground in order to jump again. I need to be one tile above the ground. Or not even that? You. You're the one who beholds the perfect world. It does not exist. Yet what is life if not a vision longing? The indelible image is just what it is. Only an image, a vision. A vision. But a vision, a white-hot vision of the future, burns madly and drives action on down into the depths. Slime Bunny. Slunny, as it's known. I'm not going to call it that. I will fight. I will learn from my mistakes, and I will try again. A world free of evil. Still really love that audio effect, combined with the music shifting based on the room and stuff like that. It's simple, but I quite like the audio design here. Longing. Longing. Climbing the mountain because I desire to see what's up here. Wondering if it's even possible. Longing. Longing. A vision. But a vision, a white-hot vision of the future, burns madly and drives action on down into the depths. There's nothing for me down here. There was never anything down here for me. Digested. Ah. Down the tower, 30. I'm changed. 29. The tower only for bunnies. 28. Each room built only for bunnies. 27. A place only for bunnies. 26. Until even the loving touch of greenery resigned and allowed the stone to be stone. 25. Stones piled on stones piled on stones piled on stones overgrown with green, 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 green. Great doors left wide open facing the sunrise. Sunbeams stream in, illuminating particles unseen. For years, decades, centuries. Nature spoke for itself in the absence of those architects. Only adventurous bunnies knew the tower tops this high up. animals climbing to escape the beautiful ground. "21. 20. Thinking their tower could not be saved, the architects each sought at least to save the other from that corrupting... 19. 14. 13. Enough to 12. 11. Enough that no steam could find its way through the tower's cracks, those failures of its ambition, nightmare dreams that filled each own architects with contempt, the great eroding force wearing away at a tower, its foundations withering beneath the surface. Contempt, the killer. Contempt, whose dying coals kill by smothering and not by fire. Their contempt for each other, and their killing contempt for their tower. Enough that rose to the heavens, their terrible flames hot with anger. 9. 8. The tower. 7. 6. 'Locked doors stay locked. And yet I can't help myself. 5. And yet time does what time does, and in time all the doors of the tower became locked. 'And still I can't help myself. 4. When they built the tower, it was not an act of ego, but of love. Hands extended to the heavens, to the sky above, its architects of one mind. The tower must stand. Oh no. Down the tower. The tower only for bunnies. Each room built only for bunnies. A place only for bunnies. I was instructed to read the screen each time I see text, so I'm gonna frickin' do it. Until even the loving touch of greenery resigned and allowed the stone to be stone. Stones piled on stones, piled on stones, piled on stones. Stones overgrown with green, 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 green. Great doors left wide open, facing the sunrise. Sunbeams streaming in, illuminating particles unseen. Nature spoke for itself in the absence of those architects. Only adventurous bunnies knew the tower this high up. "21. 20. Thinking their tower could not be saved, the architects each sought at least to save some... 19. 14. Enough to world fall to get dear it. 12. Enough that no steam could find its way through the tower's cracks, those failures of its ambition. Enough that rose to the heavens their terrible flames, hot with anger. 9. 8. The tower. 7. 6. 5. And yet time does what time does, and in time all the doors of the tower became locked. 4. When they built the tower, it was not an act of ego, but of love. Hands extended to the heavens, to the sky above, its architects of one mind, that the tower must stand. Three. Two. It is also said that there is nothing at the top. I chose correctly. 1. At the top of the tower, it is said that there is a creature who can grant a single wish to the very devoted climber who ascended. 0. The tower. Final ooblet. I am slime, aren't I? I didn't leave it unscathed, and stay as long as you need when you are trapped. I'm glad. Heh. Heh. Fire things back up again. Permission to leave. Permission to leave. I thought I was free. By becoming an architect of the tower, ascending up, 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 beyond the 30th floor, up into the sky above. I watched the sun set over a red earth and saw a sight unseen by bunnies. Bunnies, I thought, had left behind, no, not only behind, also below. I rose above them all on my new tower, pale and red and blinding bright white. It rose above bunnies, and above snow, and above it all. I had never said that I wanted to go to the Red Planet. I only ever wanted my permission to leave. Such permission never comes for you. You just choose. We were all bunnies born into a world of coins and walls. The game we never chose to play. Some fools still tell tales of a world past the horizon. Bunny worlds without coins and utopias without walls. With modern bunny technology, you can see them from here, and the mirror that lets bunnies see other worlds. And even in those worlds, they do in fact have coins. They do in fact have walls. I see these gaps between, and I think to myself, maybe if I just did it right, maybe if I just did something else, I'd be able to see something new. Maybe I could click between the lines and see something new. Maybe if I go back to longing. Maybe I could explore this world more now that I've become a slime bunny. But I've not been given permission to leave. I need to decide that myself. Sometimes I wish there was more to see, more to love, more to me, more to you. A world more beautiful than the one we have. Longing. I go back to the oublet. I hope that something's changed here. Nothing has. To the next oublet. I try to see if something's changed here. Nothing has. To the final one. I'm sludge now. And this time I have water. The only thing that passes for stimulation in this place. What feels like a grace, but only is actually a strict necessity for my slime self. And the thing is here, by doing things this way, I don't need permission to leave. Because the choice is made for me. Thank you everyone for tuning in to The End of Gameplay, a meditation and series of explorations featuring a bunny and exploring concepts of gameplay, game design, and motivations. Perhaps I could return to that tower and climb. Perhaps I could look at the credits again. I do like to look at the credits in games and try and read them out, because, as I've said several times before, games are made by folks. People make games. People, creatures. Games don't pop out of the ground. They're all creations by someone. The more people you have creating games, the more potentially diluted they can become. And it's a miracle when there is a strong vision behind a game that is an effort provided by hundreds and hundreds of people. It's possible, but it's rare, and there's economic incentive to do things safe, to do things uninteresting, to do things in a sure ticket sort of way. And meditations like this, and smaller games like this, when I can go over to the stream category on Twitch and see the end of gameplay listed with 0 followers, and say, this is a game made by only a couple people, only a few. And those are the ones that are willing to try stuff, willing to be interesting, willing to experiment, damn the consequences, without care or reservations on how it's perceived. And that's the stuff I like. You could say that I just seek out novelty. I'm a novelty junkie. And I don't know if that's an inaccurate description of myself. But I think I can get it. And I'll be chewing on this for a while, I think. Thank you, Droquin, for tuning in and for following along as I go through this guided meditation experience with you. And thank you for all the viewers for tuning in as well. And those of you on YouTube who are taking advantage of the passage of time in order to see this whenever you so please. Perhaps you're lying down in a comfy bed. Almost certainly you're looking at this long in the future, because only 2 or 3 people are viewing those within a week of them being created. So if you're watching this VOD, then you're someone who's looking at my backlog long in the future. I see you, and I'm glad. I hope I'm able to entertain you in that way. With that, let's raid on over, shall we? Who do we got? We've got Ompuko is playing games and demos. Goral's stream team is doing charity for Deltarune Chapter 4. Elua Caster is also in Chapter 4 of Deltarune, but Unicids is playing Terraria. And so in order to not send y'all over to spoilers for Deltarune, I think I will go with Unicids this time. Thank you all again for joining me, and as always,
To another place.
to another place.